Hello everyone, welcome to Power Electronics lecture series. In today's video, we're going to take a look at problems on input performance parameters of rectifiers. So let's start off. We're going to see only one numerical, and this is the problem statement. And after solving this particular problem, you will be able to correlate with any number of numericals that you get. So let us try to understand what this question is. They're mentioning the input voltage to the converter is given as Vi is equal to 100 sine 314t, and the current drawn by the converter is Ii is equal to a value. They've asked us to find the active and reactive power inputs, the input power factor and input displacement factor. So you might be having a doubt how to approach these type of problems. So first and foremost important thing is step 1 is to find out the active power input or active power, isn't it? So we know the formula for active power, which is basically given by Pi is equal to Vs Is1 cos phi1, isn't it? So in order to find Pi, we need to know the value of Vs, we need to know the value of Is1, we also need to know the value of phi1, isn't it? Vs is basically the RMS value of the supply voltage, secondary supply voltage that we had seen. So over here, the RMS value of this particular input is nothing but 100 divided by root 2. And the RMS value of fundamental component of secondary current, that is Is1, is given by, if you carefully observe, this is with respect to first harmonic. Don't get confused when there is a huge term. This is with respect to third harmonic, and this is with respect to fifth harmonic. So when we talk about first harmonic, if you carefully observe, 10 is the magnitude. So 10 divided by root 2 will give us the RMS value. So we know Vs and we know Is1. But what is the value of phi1? Phi1 is basically the angle between Vs and Is1. So Vs angle here is 0, 314t. Omega t, if we consider this as omega t plus phi, you don't have phi over here. That means Vs is basically at 0 degrees. So can we say Vs is with respect to Vs, it is 0 degrees. And with respect to Is1, if you carefully observe for the first component, it is 30 degrees. So Is is 30 degrees. If you calculate the displacement angle, which is basically the angle of Vs and Is1, you will be getting 30 degree plus 0 degree, you will be getting 30 degree. So this is the value of I1. This is the fundamental displacement angle. Now we will be able to find the value of Pi, isn't it? It is basically 100 by root 2 into 10 divided by root 2 into cos 30. So you will be getting the value of Pi to be equal to 433 watt. So we have found the active power input. Our step 2 is to find the reactive power, isn't it? So reactive power is given by the formula, that is Qi is equal to Vs Is1 into sine phi 1. We know all of these values, it is just straightforward substitution. 100 divided by root 2 into 10 divided by root 2 into sine 30 over here. You'll be getting the value of Qi to be equal to 250 watt. So we have found out the value of Pi and Qi. So this solves the first portion of the problem. Now what is left out? We have to find input power factor and input displacement factor. So I've considered the input current over here just for your reference. Now our step number 3 is to find out the input power factor, isn't it? So we know from the definition of input power factor, that is power factor is given as the ratio of Is1 by Is into cos phi 1, isn't it? So we know the value of Is1, that is 10 by root 2, but we need to find the value of Is, which is basically the RMS value of the secondary current. So if you carefully observe, how do we find the RMS value? 10 divided by root 2 whole square. Then you have 5 divided by root 2 whole square. Then you have 3 divided by root 2 whole square. So basically we need to find the RMS value of each of these components put together. So we cannot leave any of the components here because IS1 was only with respect to fundamental. But here we have fundamental, we have third order, and then you have fifth order. So we need to consider all of these magnitude values, and that is how we will be finding the value of IS, which is given as square root of 67, that is 8.18. Now when you substitute the values, you will be getting power factor to be equal to 10 divided by root 2 whole divided by 8.18 into cos 30. You will be getting the input power factor to be equal to 0.748 lagging. Remember this point, lagging is very important. If you don't mention this, then this value will not have any significance at all. Now you might be having a question, why is it lagging? While deriving input performance parameters, we saw transformer used and we have inductance in transformer. So we'll be using coils, isn't it, in transformer. So because of the windings there, we are considering it to be inductive load, and that is why it is lagging power factor in nature. Step number 4 is to find out the value of input displacement factor, isn't it? So the displacement factor is given as cos of phi 1. We know the value of phi 1, so cos 30 will be giving us 0.866. So this is the input displacement factor value. So basically we have found out all the parameters that was asked in the question, and I hope you were able to understand this problem in a much better way, and by now you would have that confidence to approach these type of problems. In case you have any questions with respect to this video, feel free to reach out by typing in your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting.